Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something a little somber. You see, sometimes people have emergency travel where they have to travel for medical reasons. Either their relative is in the hospital or their relative has passed. So I have had experience in this about 20 years ago when my grandfather, God rest his soul, passed on. It was not just emotional, but it was very, very difficult for me to quote unquote get a good flight. And also the other thing that I learned is that online, they don't really advertise bereavement or compassion fairs. Okay. Now, he died in Jamaica in an area that they call the Bush. It's called Ty Dixon. Some of the homes, even at that time, was still getting well water, and the area also had just gotten a cell phone. So that's why they call it the Bush, because the country is a little bit more advanced. Okay, so I'm gonna be. I've taken some notes also to delve into it deeper, a little bit deeper, but let me just move on with my the situation. So because my job took so long to approve of me going, because the way it works is they'll approve of like my parents passing, my kids passing, my spouse, but not grandparents, not aunties, and not uncles. That's a different situation. And at that time, I used up all of my time. The only time that I had sick time, but I never never really used the sick time. But it turns out I did have one elective that I didn't use, and he died during Christmas. So it was a race. Luckily, we found a travel agent, and she got us a deal. It was $600 for the both of us on Air Jamaica at that time. Flying to Jamaica was first class. Coming back was coach. I was fine with it. I've never spent, at that time, I never spent $600. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, even to this day, I've never spent $600 on a flight. That was really my first time doing that. So, yeah. When it's last minute like that, you got to go through either a travel agent or call the companies directly, speak to customer service and see if they have compassion fairs, bereavement fairs, medical emergency type fairs. And, when you get there, when you call them and you're speaking to them, tell them about what it is that you're going through. Nowadays, I'm hearing that those fairs are really not that much of a discount. But back when I was trying to look for a fare to go visit my grandfather, that $600 was a discount. Believe it or not, it really was. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look over on the side because I did a little research to break it down so that you guys know, okay, which airlines to call and which airlines not to call. I'm also going to talk about Amtrak and the bus services. Okay, so American Airlines used to do bereavement, but from my understanding right now, they don't do it anymore. And it's unfortunate, but I think it's because there's so many con artists out today, and due to that, I think that's why they cut it out. But there are a few others that still have it. Those that have it, you have to present, you have to give them the name of the person that either died or that's in the hospital. You may have to provide the hospital name or the funeral parlor, their either their email or their phone numbers. You have to provide proof. Some even want like a death certificate if they did die, so that they know that, this is a legitimate situation and that you're not trying to con them so that you can get a discount fare. All right. So let me go through all of the different airlines. First, you have Delta, and you get the discount if you are a Sky Miles member. So, from my understanding, I don't think you even have to pay to be a Sky Miles member. So sign up, guys. I know I'm one. I know I signed up, many years ago, so I don't even know how it is now, but I'm almost certain you don't have to pay to be a Sky Miles member. The next one is Alaska Airlines. Alaska Airlines will give you 10% off of the lowest refundable fare within 7 days of travel. Okay, so when you find out somebody died, definitely react immediately. All right. And Alaska Airlines is only going to do this by the phone. You cannot go on the internet and go searching for flights. Seats are going to be subject to availability, and there might be some restrictions that apply. Next, you have Hawaiian Airlines. Hawaiian Airlines only has it for inter-island travel. Okay, so if you're going to Maui to Waikiki, yes, there's a bereavement fare. But if you're going, let's say, from Maui to California, San Diego, no, you're not going to get it. Okay, there is, with Hawaiian Airlines, there is an online application, and it's only for immediate family. Okay, next you have WestJet. WestJet does have compassion fares for your immediate family. You could do it by phone, and actually with them you can also do it by website. And then there's a number of others that are out there. I would definitely call them and see, what, just share your story and see what they provide. And honestly, if you speak to management, sometimes they'll ease up on the restrictions and the policy that's set in place. So always ask. If they say no, okay, it's a no. Don't push too much. All right, but definitely, provide whatever information that they require. Now, Amtrak. Amtrak does offer a 25% discount on non-discounted adult fare for bereavement travel. It does not apply to all trains, though. So you have to ask. You want to call reservations. It cannot be done online. And yes, they want documentation. And children, it says, can accompany adult for half the adult bereavement fare. So that's pretty decent, right? All right, so now next, let's look at the buses. Let's look at Greyhound. Greyhound does not offer a formal bereavement fare program. However, they do provide low fares and occasional discounts or promotions, but it's not specific to bereavement. So definitely check that out while you are making your bookings. Greyhound does partner with Travelers Aid International, which does assist travelers that are in need. But this is not necessarily a bereavement specific program. So that's something I'm definitely going to look into, the Travelers Aid International. I don't think, I know I've heard of it, but I haven't looked into it, applied, or anything like that. So that's definitely something interesting. And then the other thing too, I'm going to check is my credit card. Because, a lot of times our credit cards have benefits that we don't take advantage of because we're not aware of it, because we don't like to read the lines of the contract that they give us. Let's be honest. It's long, and then the lines, the words are so tiny, you need a microscope. A magnifying glass to see what it's actually saying. All right, so next, let's look at Peter Pan. Peter Pan does not offer a bereavement fare or a specific compassion discount. Tickets are non-refundable, non-transferable. Fares are subject to change. You have to, again, check with promotions or discounts to see what they have available, and then apply that accordingly. All right. So the key takeaways: bereavement fares are now, they're kind of rare. They're not as common as they used to be, unfortunately. And sometimes they're not the lowest fare like they used to be. So you want to do both. You want to check the lowest fare, and then on top of checking the internet to see what the internet has to offer, you want to also call customer service and see what they are willing to do for you. Explain your situation and take it from there. All right. The best of luck to you all, and to you all, have a good night.